The holiday weekend is upon us, my friends. Trey Reid, Arkansas Game and Fish, back with us this week. Sorry I missed you last week, by the way.
Well, it's good to have you back, man.
Yeah,
Good to see Tracy, though. Always fun to be here, no matter who's anchoring the Outdoor Report.
I love it. She's the absolute best. Now, speaking of the absolute best, it's time, my friend. It is time to get out there. And we got to tell folks, though, I know everybody's excited. Dove coming up on the 6th. We talked all that velvet coming up on the 6th. But also, folks, please make sure you are set and ready to go before you get out there.
Yeah, I want to give you a couple of reminders. We're still, actually we have another season opening even before that.
I skipped one.
September 1st, we have the opening of Canada Goose season. There's an early season that runs through the 15th, and you can actually take up to 5 Canada geese per day, daily bag limit of that. So some folks do like to get out and take advantage of that. Rabbit season opens on the 1st. Not many rabbit hunters are going to be out until it gets a little cooler, I don't think. But anyway, so if you're going to be out, number one, for dove season on the 6th, which is the big one for a lot of people, kind of kicks off hunting season, even though other stuff, as we just noted, opens before. You do have to have your harvest information program or your HIP registration. It's a free designation on your license, so just make sure you've got that so you're 100% legal. If you are going to hunt Canada geese starting Monday, you have to have also a state and federal duck stamp. So your migratory bird stamp, both the federal and the state version of that. So don't forget that. If you're going to be going out for the velvet buck hunt, as we call it, it's actually the early early archery only, early buck only archery hunt. So it's a 3-day hunt, 6th, 7th, and 8th. 1 buck per hunter. Any hunting license that allows you to take a buck, which is pretty much all of them, that's the only license you need. But one thing I want to remind folks about, like if you haven't used the app, like to check a deer or for any other purpose since last season, go in and just open the app in these next few days before the season. Make sure everything's there, like your deer tags. Like they don't automatically show up. Now, sometimes when you open the app, it takes like 30 seconds or a minute for them to actually pop up and show in there. But do that. Just open your app up, update it if it asks you to make sure you've got the most current version. Make sure your deer tags are there before you go out and go hunting.
Don't go out there paranoid. There's no reason to do it. Get it knocked out, and then once you check it out, 30 seconds, come on.
And another thing too, our app will, you can check your deer without, or tag your deer, I should say, without having to actually put a paper tag on it anymore, right? You can do it on the app, even if you don't have cell service. But one thing you do need to keep in mind is, like, say if a game warden stops you, it'll show, check pending that shows that you have attempted it. Now you do, to like complete that check, you do need to, once you get into cell service range, say you don't have it at your deer hunting area, open the app back up long enough for it to and upload, and so it registers that check.
Absolutely, easy enough, and it's so easy. Arkansas Game and Fish makes it so easy for you. Take advantage before you get out there. You don't want to be out there worried about this, worried about that. Enjoy your weekend.
Enjoy the hunt and not worrying about if I've got my deer tags on the app, and did I get my duck stamp, did I get my HIP registration done on time, and all that good stuff.
Simple. Knock it out early. You got the heads up. Also a heads up, it is the holiday weekend, as I mentioned. We know summer's coming to an end, closing time. It is. But listen, you got to be careful. I know there's going to be boats. It's a little cooler than we probably predicted, but folks are still going to be on the water.
I bet you there will be some folks out on the water because this is kind of, Memorial Day is the kickoff to boating season, and Labor Day is kind of that's it. Everybody takes the boat out for the last time, then they winterize it, unless you're a duck hunter or hardcore angler that fishes all year long, or duck hunts, But so like for recreational boating in particular, this will be kind of like the last big weekend. It's going to be probably a little cooler than, but just keep those typical safe boating practices in mind. Keep a proper lookout. I always talk about it, Hayden, but the number one cause of boating accidents in Arkansas is just operator inattention. Not seeing an obstruction, not seeing another boat. Somebody comes up behind you and you're not looking behind you. So just keep your head on a swivel out there. One other thing I want to remind folks about, especially if you're kind of a weekend warrior type, the lakes, especially our big Corps of Engineer impoundments, the water levels are a lot different than they were earlier in the summer, even 4th of July. We had a lot of rain this spring and early summer, and many of our lakes were well above, normal pool. Some of them still are a couple of feet or a few feet above normal pool, but they're going to be maybe dozens of feet lower than they were, just like 5 or 6 weeks ago. So keep that in mind, if you were out and you were running in that high water and didn't have to worry about underwater obstructions, you may need to be a little more cautious of that this weekend. Because although we have had some rain here lately, it's been a while.
Absolutely. It's been a while, man. Happy holiday weekend, everybody. Again, these tips are so awesome. They're so fantastic. And also, they put you ahead of the curve. You're good to go. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Enjoy it out there. And then, as we mentioned, next week, we're talking about the 6th, baby. We're talking about the 6th.
Firing it up, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks again, as always, my brother. Thanks so much.
Thanks,
hey,
buddy.
remember, all this great info, agfc.com, thv11.com, and then you can watch all of our amazing outdoor reports on THV11 Plus. We'll see you there.